It's Spider-Man's 60th birthday. Peter's running late. Mary Jane is waiting as usual. The new Vulture isn't pulling his punches for our elderly hero, but that doesn't stop him. Breathing hard, he takes a call from MJ just as he's about to wrap up with the Vulture. As he strings up the villain, Peter realizes he's out of courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man cards to leave at the scene. As Peter promises no more stops on his way over to the restaurant for dinner with his wife, he hangs up as someone yells out for help. He hangs up and gets to work. A woman is being mugged and Spider-Man drops down between her and the guy with the gun. In a flash, Spider-Man's spider sense goes off, but his reflexes aren't what they used to be. Spider-Man is shot right in the gut. He lays there as both the woman and the mugger are shocked. Nobody ever shoots Spider-Man. Not knowing what to do and out of sheer panic, the mugger awkwardly shoots a couple more times at Spider-Man laying in the street before he runs off. As Mary Jane sits alone again in the restaurant waiting for Peter, an urgent news alert hits the TVs in the restaurant. Spider-Man has been fatally shot. Everything indicates that Spider-Man will not survive his injuries from all the gunshots he's sustained. MJ runs out of the restaurant without hesitation. An ambulance picks Spider-Man up. The EMTs are trying to stabilize him. He's barely conscious. The rookie EMT tries to take off his mask to do what she needs to do, but the other EMT tells her just roll up half the mask. For Spidey, the protocol is always half the mask if they have to do something for him. As all of this is happening, Peter's thinking to himself, why like this? It should have been the Sinister Six. It should have been one last battle with Carnage, the Goblin even. Anything but a mugger in the street. But at the same time, going out like Uncle Ben, he thinks might be the most fitting way to end his story. He just wishes he could have seen MJ one last time. He wakes up days later in the hospital. His readings aren't fantastic, his vitals aren't fantastic, but he is alive. They don't know how long he has, though. He asks about who's come to visit since he's been out. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the other Spider-Man. The doctors say no. They're all in space or something fighting Thanos. Disappointed, Spider-Man says nobody came to say goodbye, to which they tell him actually the entire city is here. The line goes out the building and out the door for blocks. Being Spider-Man for that long has meant that there's not a person in the city he hasn't helped. Not a single person he hasn't had some kind of impact on. Either people he's saved directly or the loved ones of those who were saved by him. Everyone wants a chance to say goodbye. Even Buster the dog who Spidey saved from a burning building, who also peed on his Spider-Man suit after. A 3-year-old who fell into the East River in the middle of winter. Spider-Man dove in and saved him. Ever since, that kid dresses up as Spider-Man every year for Halloween, except for the one time he went as a dinosaur instead. Then a tired MJ makes her way in, taking off her sunglasses as just another person come to see Spider-Man. And Spider-Man asks her, just like the rest, how did he save her? She whispers something to him, and then he tells her she's got it wrong. That's all the ways she's saved him over the years. They sit for a moment alone in the room together, just being together. As MJ leaves, more people pour into the room. A man starts telling Peter the story of how his brakes went out on his cab. He's thinking there's no way he's getting out of this, and then the heart monitor flatlines. The bone-chilling beep that hospitals are so well known for just echoes in the halls. As the doctors and nurses rush to the room, MJ is trying to break through the crowd, trying to tell them who she is. When she gets to the door, everyone is confused. The bed is empty. The cab driver telling his story says he didn't even finish. He just jumped out the window. Mary Jane runs over to the window to find a hospital-gowned Spidey in the middle of the street stopping a mugging. Bare cheeks and all. Spider-Man replies kind of weakly, because he is recovering from being shot, to Mary Jane yelling at him, saying what was he supposed to do? As she tells him to get back in bed, the doctors are talking about how he's most likely okay to go home, as long as he takes it easy. And she's clearly his, but they don't say it or write it down. Not when it's Spidey. At home, Peter asks MJ where his slice of birthday cake from the restaurant is, and she says she ate it. Peter replies, "This happens every year." That's one of many great stories from Amazing Fantasy issue 1000. Highly recommend it if you haven't picked it up or you don't own a copy. It's worth owning. It was a special moment in Spider-Man history, of course. And I was working on the Zatanna and Black Canary video. That is still coming for those of you who are wondering, hey, where's that video? I am working on it, it's just a lot longer, and I got very distracted reading lots of comics while also reading and writing that story overview. So there is a lot more. If you like this kind of stuff and you're new here, there's a lot more on the channel, and there's a lot more to come.